Hey, what's good? What's going on, everybody? You already know who this is, and it's definitely your favorite soulful child. Yeah. Sure, come back at you once again here at the P.E.G. podcast. That's positive energy generation, and we that for life. We're choosing the positivity through all the negativity that's going on in the world. And you know, I had to dig in my bag for 2024, man. We had to really get close to the community, and I thought what better way for this next guest to come on. So she's not only a CEO, an investor, a developer within the community, but she's a woman of all things, beautiful black woman of all things. Not only the head of twice as funny Comedy Lounge, but she also got a team with her, Mr. Joe Brown. So I got Joe Brown and Miss Sharon Hines in the building. How you feeling?
Thank you so much. Feeling great.
Thank you. It means everything to have you guys on. So you already know. Before we get started, go ahead and press that follow button. It's going to help us give you more great content, more positive people to come inspire you, make you not feel alone, and keep pushing that passion, because that's what we're here to do. So, man, we had to come get y'all because y'all doing great things in the community. I mean, you can't say the community of Killeen without saying you guys' name. You know, you have all type of people come into the Comedy Lounge, and you see people from Desi Banks coming in and doing his thing. So it really inspires not only the people that seen you guys do this for over years to come, but younger crowds too. So how did you, Ms. Sharon, be so open and diverse and multicultural, become who you are today? You know, where did this start for you?
Wow, that's okay. So growing up, my mother knew early on that she wanted to take us abroad. I grew up in Europe, so I didn't grow up in the United States. I came back to the United States at 15. So having that background and then coming back into the United States, it just had, for me, it didn't stifle me. So and I was just open to whatever is possible. My mother always instilled, whatever your dreams are, you just go for it.
Right.
So, and I've always been that way. So whatever I was passionate about, and I've always been interested in entrepreneur, even overseas in Germany. I remember having a lemonade stand. I built it, and it was actually a puppet stand, but then we, did puppets. I had people sitting out in the audience, and this is when I'm like maybe 8 or 9 years old, and we would sell lemonade. So, and just moving forward, and I really always loved, we grew up in community. My father's military, so I come from a military background, so I just always loved community and unity, and that's from all ethnicities. And so moving forward, when I moved here to Texas, coming from Virginia, moved here to Texas, one of the things I started doing was hair. And met a lot of people, eclectic people, and from there, I was in a really dark place, and I wanted to bring community together. I started going to comedy clubs.
Okay.
And
that's a good one.
I wanted to laugh, so what better place to go to with other people, and and I could change my trajectory of being sad. So and I just started doing that, and then when I got back, when I was here in Killeen, I'm like, we don't have anything here where, number one, community, and number two, laughter, number three, safety, number four, date night, and we can go on, but those elements weren't here, so I decided I wanted to create that.
I like that. We definitely, it's definitely became a safe haven for soldiers,
Right.
As a soldier myself, I served 6 years, and I heard about this Comedy Lounge, and I wasn't even stationed here. Right. I actually wanted to be far away from Fort Hood.
Yeah.
But the only thing that I heard was, hey, man, you got to go check out Twice's Comedy Lounge. You got to go check it out. Twice as Funny Comedy Lounge. And I'm like, what is this? Right. What is this? Then I start seeing Monique talk about it. I'm like, okay.
I love Monique.
Yeah. Okay, well, I've never been to Fort Hood before, but I didn't want to do it with the military. Like, don't send me there, but it's very cool to see it circle back around and meet the person that I'm watching, people go talk about this and say this is a good place to come to as a community. Right. So thank you for doing that.
Thank you.
You talked about abroad. You was in Europe.
Yeah.
Was Germany, right?
Yes, Germany.
I've been to Germany. I love Germany. How did we decide, okay, I don't want to be here. I want to go back stateside. Was that your family?
That was my family.
Okay,
it wasn't
military,
my decision.
right?
Yeah, military.
Okay, cool.
Because I left here when I was, the government allowed us to leave when we were 1 month. So from 1 month until I was 15, I was in Europe.
Okay. And then you guys came here to Killeen.
No, I moved, military, my father, we moved to Virginia. So I went from there, I went to high school, Virginia State University, And then from there, I went to school for cosmetology. And then I left there, and that's when I came to Texas. I've been in Texas for 32 years.
Yeah, it's an entrepreneur as well. So you've been pursuing this entrepreneurship for 32 years.
32 years.
That is, hey, some entrepreneurs can't even do that for 2 days.
Yeah.
You said that for 32 years. So I'm like, wait, I only been in for a year, and they want to be millionaires right now. And you said 32 years,
Yeah,
you know.
long road, but it was a good road. I met a lot of people, had a lot of fun, and I wouldn't change anything. I wouldn't change anything. Good, bad, up, down, all around. But I wouldn't change anything. So the experience has been great.
I love it. I love it. But you brought on Joe,
Yes.
Joe Brown, the mastermind behind the marketing at Twice as Funny Comedy Lounge, and that just shows the unity of the team that you have behind you. Why did you say not only did I wanted to bring something into the community, but I had to build a strong foundation as a team?
So let me just start with Joe Brown is my son-in-law. So
okay.
But Joe Brown has been in the community, has been a pillar in the community, has brought a lot of entertainment into the community. But I'm going to let him speak on it because he's really modest. He doesn't really elaborate on his range of the things that he has done.
Yeah.
But he has a long range and with an exciting list of people that he's worked with.
I mean, he told me you're the jack of all trades, so, you know, you got to share that with the people, Mr. Jack of all trades, with, you know, what you do for this community and, you know, why you do it for this community.
Well, I'll start with the why.
Okay,
You know,
I like
what is I mean, evident. I mean, everybody that knows me knows me to do a little bit of everything in general, but I do it because I grew up here. One, I've been here since 1995.
95.
Originally from Louisiana. My family really wasn't as rich in funds and financial, but we was always family oriented, family driven.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We bought that to Killeen, and that's all that's been instilled in me. Growing up, I had a group of childhood friends that I started out my journey in entertainment with, and we did a lot. I mean, I don't speak on a lot of things because I look for my next success, so to speak.
Yeah.
So anything that I've done in the past is just kind of washed away. I think it maybe has a little bit to do with my past in football. I was a cornerback.
Okay. All right, bet.
My coach,
You used to hit the field?
Yeah. I played,
Let me find out. Let me find out.
I was pretty good, man. You guys can go check me out on YouTube.
Okay.
It may look like old film because that was probably about 13 years ago. But yeah, I played football in high school. Well, growing up, I played college football. Went out, graduated from the University of Arkansas Pine Bluff with my business management degree. There, I did create a label called Show South Productions, where I was actually working with a lot of people in different communities in different states and cities all across the United States, which really kind of opened up my mind to what I want to do with entertainment. I felt great about the things that I was doing for people and their careers then, and my group of childhood friends that I was referring to earlier, we all came together collectively and built a powerhouse. I'd say, and it comes from growing up in that mindset too. You know, as far as family, we don't really call ourselves friends. It's more so brothers.
I like that.
So we was definitely more so focused on creating something just like Miss Sharon, that we could bring to the community to, one, help out the community, and two, have something here for the community to do outside of get in trouble.
That's definitely what you can't do within the community. It feel like, well, let's say a wandering mind. I see that just took my mind that way.
Idle mind.
Yeah, idle mind. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's the devil's playground. So I like that YouTube's like, okay, we both have the mindset that we want to put something into the community that's not only going to be here for a couple seconds, but a lifetime.
Right.
You know, you talked about, you know, at some point in time you faced some darkness in your life to where you wanted to bring some laughter to the community. And I'm pretty sure working 32 years of entrepreneurship, even from you working entrepreneurship, is not easy. So what kind of advice could you give to others that may be falling on some hard times and darkness to push past their adversity to do something that they're looking to do within the community? How would you give them some advice? And then we'll go to you.
Well, number one, you can't do it alone. That's number one. You definitely do have to build a solid team around you, and I do have other people that do work with me.
Right.
I did start out. Well, we'll talk about the Comedy Lounge. I started out at 440 Plaza with a Laugh It Up Comedy Lounge, and it was 5 of us. We moved forward and moved to a larger location, 4505, and at that time we named it Twice as Funny. My daughter actually came up with the name Twice as Funny Comedy Lounge, and it was 2 of us, Daryl Walker and myself. And then I had the opportunity. We decided to go our separate ways, and he went on to the Shiloh and did Standalone Comedy Lounge, and I went on ahead with Twice as Funny, stayed there, and then the city approached me and wanted me to, and gave me the opportunity to purchase my own property at 420 East Avenue C. So they gave me a grant, moving forward, and that's how we ended up at the downtown. And they're making that an entertainment district, so that's how I ended up there. Yeah.
And so that experience, I know, has been a long journey.
It was.
What would you say about that experience has been hardest to face?
So the hardest thing was working with institutions. So we went through a period of, when I left 4505, I had the opportunity to leave. And so I knew that with the bank, we were going to be in there in probably like 60 days. I had a credit score 800. I had the backing of the bank of the award that I received, which was $302,000. And out of those proceeds, 10%, goes to the down payment.
Right.
So didn't know at the time that the bank was merging with another bank. They didn't tell me that. I didn't find out till later. So that delayed my process of them financing my package. So started in July, ended up, they told me 30 days, 60 days top. You have the money, you have the credit, should be no problem. But because they were merging, it delayed the process. So keep in mind, from July, I did not sign my package until December the 23rd of 2022. So all of that time, didn't have any shows. We had booked shows and sent out deposits, lost deposits, because, they can't lose the date. You know what I'm saying? So, but we're thinking we're going to be in there, we'll have this done. It didn't work out that way. So sometimes you definitely have to be able to, adjust and move forward, basically. Yeah. So December 23rd, went on ahead, got in. But when we got to the table, like I said, it was supposed to be 10% down. Ended up, because the market changed, the bank changed the terms, they took all the money.
Wow.
So my deposit, and I had asked the city to give me, what is it? I asked them to give me money to I'm trying to think of the word. Renovate.
Okay.
I put that. They packaged everything, and the city gave it to me. And so, but like I said, when we got to the table and everything was there, they took all the money. So everything moving forward, I had to use my own money. And that can be a setback, because the number one rule is don't use your own money in business.
That's true.
So,
and I know, like you say, that's right there is heavy. And so imagine the mental and the mentality. You have to not only work from a personal standpoint, you be like, okay, this is business. So I have to speak from a business point of view instead of acting, out of pocket and a personal standpoint.
Exactly.
That was hard. Before we go any further with you, I want to talk about what advice would you give to go through some adversity, because I know you're part of the team, so she's not doing it by herself. You're watching her go through the experience. You're a part of the experience. How has it affected you, and what advice would you give?
Going through adversity, I mean, in entrepreneurship, can take you through ups and downs, just like what Ms. Sharon has experienced, and that's with every business. Knowing how to, one, keep your focus on what your end goal is. Yeah. Sometimes that end goal will be, I want to get this done in 10 days, and you can work, and those 10 days come, and at that 10th day, you feel like everything's being rushed. Yeah. So sometimes you got to slow yourself down. Sometimes you gotta refocus, reevaluate the plan. One, for sure, make sure you have a structure, make sure you have a plan. If you don't have one initially, start writing some things down, jot it down. everything should be written down when it comes to what you want to do. So that way you kind of stay focused on that. Because there's things that do come in the way of you getting to that end result or that end goal. Yeah, so staying focused. When you do get curveballs thrown your way, be innovative and creative on how you're going to make things work out of having nothing or having something.
Yeah.
You know, utilizing your expertise, utilizing your team, the people around you. Lean and ask for help. You know, never
that's
be
a big one right there. A lot of us don't want to ask for help.
Right.
Yeah, never be scared to ask for help.
Silence.
Yeah, never be scared to ask for help. I mean, there's so much you could do on your own, but when the need is there, you know, definitely reach out. Become knowledgeable in what you're doing. You know, because the more you know about the business you're in and what you're trying to do, the easier it is for you to figure out what you need to do and what the next step is. The biggest thing is if you're an entrepreneur, you got a dream, you got something that you want to do, never listen to anybody else that's not within that circle.
Yeah.
Never listen to people who are naysayers. I come from nothing. Like I come from my whole life has been I'd say I don't say challenging, but somebody else would probably say challenging. Some days I wake up and it's just stuff that I have to deal with, get through, get over. But one thing you'll never see me do is change my face. You know, I keep that poker face on. Most people wouldn't know that I'm going through something when I'm going through it, and when I'm up, you know, that's really the only thing that people really focus and hone in on. So sometimes, me personally, the eyes that I have on me, maybe think that everything has been going perfect or everything is good and I live a great life, which I do. My life is great. I can't complain about nothing. I don't complain about nothing. But every person has challenges and obstacles you have to go through. And the more intense you get, the more closer you get to your goal, the more eyes you have on you, the harder it gets for you to focus. So that's the reason why when being an entrepreneur, the biggest thing is focusing, blocking out the negative, focus on the positive. Now, when you get the negative, learn from it, of course. And if you have a plan that's in place and something's not working, learn how to fix it.
Yeah.
I like that because you both seem like y'all have a system going where, like you say, you deal with adversity, but you don't let it overcome you or overpower you. The challenges as an entrepreneur brings a lot of people closer to what they don't know. A lot of entrepreneurs are going through similar situations, but we want to do it alone. We don't want the next person to know that we're struggling, we're poker facing. So what are some steps you have taken, both of y'all, to make sure mentally you're prepared? Because we know that this negativity can overpower us. You know, so sometimes we can wake up and it no matter what we tell ourselves, it just seems like the day is going the way we want it to go. You know, you're like, all right, I was positive about that, and now this is in my face. So how do you continue to change the negativity to the positive outlooks that you're talking about, so that you won't, you know, get swallowed by darkness?
Now, on the interior, we communicate. We communicate.
Well, my number one thing, and I know Joseph shared this as well, is that we center ourselves and we pray. We are
I
God
love
family.
that. Let's
We are
go.
God family.
Very much so.
And when we start anything out, talking adversity, challenges, happiness, joy, you know, it's with prayer first. And being thankful for whatever that we are faced with. But together and through prayer and through God, we know we can overcome anything.
That's the best weapon you can have right there.
Exactly.
And having God and knowing God, you know, is a strong thing because we've seen amazing things happen. We can go to sleep with something on our mind. We wake up in the morning like, man. And it's understanding that sometimes God got to set you up for it, so it's not going to come immediately. And I don't mean to speak religion or anything like that, because God could be whoever you may have as your God. You know, we know who ours is and who we look at. But that has really been a focal point in general. And anytime that we do get, like, if I get a call from Miss Sharon or Miss Sharon gets a call from me, God, let's pray about it.
I like that.
It's gonna work out. Everything's gonna happen.
Excuse me, but this whole process, even, you know, going through and getting the grant, I'm gonna tell you that was nothing but God, because I didn't know what I was doing. I just know that people came into my life and was like, that have been watching me through my entrepreneurship, And I have to give it out to a lady that actually helped me, Cece. She is currently a client of mine, but she was one of the ladies who was like, I've watched you from, when she became a client, which is 20 plus years, and she was like, I think you would be a great, person to, go ahead and sign up for this grant. I want to, put you in. So she did, and she helped me, and that's what you have to be in the community. If as long as you treat people right. And do and like, I'm not gonna say you're perfect. I'm not gonna say that you're perfect, but I'm saying that your intentions is to treat people right. God's gonna bless you.
Oh yeah,
it's gonna always fold out that way,
Yeah.
And when you're doing good, it has to come back. I tell people, if you're intentionally waking up, putting God's work out there, or just putting your passion out there and showing people who you are, it's gonna good intentions gonna come back. If you wake up and all you is negative, then it's gonna come back. So I like that not only y'all put that within yourself first, but y'all said this is our foundation. Our foundation start with God, and it has to start with something. You can't depend on yourself, because we make ourselves sad. So we can be sad right now and then turn around and be happy and then sad again. We can't really depend on ourselves. You have to have something to hold on to. And I like that y'all said God, because some people try to shy away from it because maybe it don't look cool. Maybe it's not. It's not dope. Cool. No, it's cool to know who you are.
Thing on earth.
It is.
Cool. It's cool. You feel me? And I love it. Y'all bringing something more than just a place to be. Y'all bringing family. Y'all bringing comfortability. And how with y'all choosing the acts to come to the comedy lounge. How do you know which act will resonate with the audience? Because like you said, it starts with a prayer. So maybe you reach out to someone like Desi Banks, or you reach out to someone like Monique, or maybe Steve Harvey or somebody, and he said, I want you to come and to the comedy lounge and bless it. Like, how do you know it's going to resonate with the audience?
So I do have Joseph works as far as booking. I do have another person that books. I mentioned him earlier, Del Walker. We still work together and collaborate on some deals. So, but we know the community. We know what, because we live here in the community.
Right.
And our main objective in selecting is to make sure that community is number one. Community is so important, and we've gotten away from it. We don't know our neighbors. We don't know each other.
True.
So we use this place to bring people together so that there is familiarity when you'll see them week after week, or, like I see them, and date night is very important. We want to bring that back, dressing up, you asking a person out, and a safe place where you can meet somebody, and the tension doesn't have to be directly on you. Your tension can be on, the comedian, but you still get a chance to know each other. You can eat, you can drink, and still have, and get to know each other. So that's our main focus, is to bring back community, us getting to know one another, and, that, for me, that's what it is.
And choosing artists, knowing the market, knowing what we have here, and not just that, but we like to give people opportunity who have the same goals, focus, and vision as us as well. Right. So sometimes we reach out to people, and sometimes it's people reaching out to us. Sometimes it's not even necessarily something that happens on our end, but we do get a lot of calls in. We do get a lot of people who actually want to come to Twice Funny Comedy Lounge and be an act and get up on our stage. So we've pretty much developed a brand that is not only internal, but it's external. We got a lot of people who externally reach out because they feel when people meet us, it's like a no-brainer. We've connected with so many people, and it's a lot of people who you might look at every day when you're streaming on your Facebook. That's phone calls, and it's just regular people, and we communicate with people like they are. I've been doing entertainment for more than 15 years. I pretty much honed in on the atmosphere of what entertainment is, and how not to really commercialize it. It's more personal for me. Some people I reach out to may reach out to me saying, "Hey, I need some help doing this. I need some help doing that," or if I can help, if I can put them in a position to be in a better space in general. And then outside of that is one, we book shows every week. We have different comedians, different acts every weekend. major acts, and it's like, man, how are you guys getting all these major acts?
Yeah, yeah.
You know, and how are you guys doing it at a pace that you're doing it?
Yeah.
We go back to the first thing that we said, God.
Yeah, I like
you know,
that.
when if you're familiar with algorithms, right? Once you become in that same algorithm that God wants you to be in general, you know, sometimes things just happen to work out and happen.
Yeah.
The world's working off of what He wants.
Yeah.
You know, we're just in a place to be in position to provide what He wants.
Yeah.
You know, what He wants to dictate in the world. And so that's I say that's one. But two, definitely knowing the market, knowing who's out there. Talent is very much something that we look at. If you got talent, and we know that you're a good act, we want to bring you here. We want to put you in front of our community because one, the community needs it and they love it. Like they love it. Everybody who has come to Twice Funny Comedy Lounge, their takeaway is that they appreciate us for having a space like that. And, we're just trying to be. We're just trying to be the best in that aspiration to make sure that we're providing good quality acts and events for the community where you can come out, you can laugh, you can have fun, not
Bring
just
your
laugh,
friends.
bring your friends. Even when it comes to the hip hop and the R&B artists that we communicate with and talk to, which I've been more in the music. On the music side, as far as my entertainment career, comedy was something that I actually did a show, not even knowing that Miss Sharon would be my mother-in-law in the future, because I've done promotions and marketing for all kind of businesses in the community, but comedy then was something new to me. I think one of the first shows I did was it a Michael Blackson show? I want to say it was probably Michael Blackson.
I think it was Michael Blackson.
Michael Blackson.
Show, yeah.
And then we did Felipe Esparza.
Hey.
And I think I may have seen her in passing or something, and we communicated one time then.
4505,
And I mean, I've been on a go for a long time, so every night in, night out is something that's brought to my attention. But yeah, like as far as choosing the acts is concerned, sometimes they come to us, sometimes we go to them. But we do search out the best talents and try to get the best acts out here. If they're available and we can book them, we get them on the book.
That would be the next question that everybody's probably wondering, like how y'all just getting all these celebrities. Like, no, you said it's 32 years of entrepreneurship, so you got to look at it. You said it's 15, right?
Connections.
So it's connections. Like you said, this is years of work. This is not y'all just wanted to tomorrow. Y'all started this yesterday, now and you got celebrities there. It's not that you've worked your way up and you've took those networks with you, regardless of how many people you work with. These are good bridges that you can, hey, let me make a phone call. Speaking from the position that you guys all been in, CEOs, investors, developers, marketers, all these hats that you wear, how do you tend to balance it all in life? Because as you know, as an entrepreneur, things get wild, life get wild, and you still have to be a business owner. You still have to carry yourself in a professional way. So from the listeners that's listening and people that's watching, they're like, man, it seems like y'all doing so well. How y'all balancing life? You said it was God, so how are you balancing the business world and the personal world?
For me, growing up, foundation, mother, father, it stems from the foundation, from that. And family is always going to be the number one. Well, number two, God first, family, and then your business. And as long as you keep that order right there, you're not going to go wrong. Now, sometimes, do you have to put a little more into the business? Yeah, but you balance it out and make sure that the family is taken care of. And then, thank God that we all work together. My daughter, she's, my daughter, my son-in-law. So family, we're tight, and thank God we're able to, with the background he has, we're able to put everything into the pot, and we all work together. Sunday mornings, my daughter's cooking brunch, and we're over there having meetings at the house.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah.
I mean, she has started her business as well, Ellen's Kitchen. My late mother, that's her name, and my mother was an excellent cook.
Yeah.
And so my daughter was gifted with that, like really
Very
gifted.
much so.
I can cook, but it kind of passed me.
And it was
kind of passed me a little, but I can if I want to.
Yeah.
Get in there and do a little
But
something.
it's
I just
her.
have it. That's something
me
that you
too.
have to. Yeah, that's something you have to get in there and keep working on, because you can lose it a little bit.
Yeah.
But my daughter is the one that she keeps all of us together with food, and then we sit down and do what we need to do and do our business.
Because outside of the comedy lounge, you also have another business, which is your hair salon.
Yes, my hair salon, Prestige Beauty Salon, 32 years.
Right, 32 years.
And even with that, I did comedy. I did a comedy show at the Bell County Expo in 2004. Headliner Arnez J. Kim Whitley, she was the host who was, she came back. I think 20 years later. Yeah, and took a picture with my daughter. My daughter had taken a picture, and they put it side by side. And with Sherry Shepherd, not with Sherry Shepherd at the thing, but they came back. But at the Bell County Expo, Arnez J. Kim Whitley host, D. Militant, Lavelle Crawford, and Simply Marvelous.
Wow.
2 of them have passed on and God rest their soul. But yeah, I started way back then, fell in love with it, and then years later, I was like, this is what I want to do. This makes me happy. I remember in Virginia, I went to the improv out there. I can't think of the name of the improv out there, but I remember seeing Kevin Hart, and he was standing at the podium. He was getting his stuff together.
You was able to see him? He wasn't standing on the pool? I'm just playing.
He was at the podium. He had finished his set.
Okay.
And, and I knew then, that, I was like, he is definitely, I saw him again. I was in Las Vegas, Mandalay Bay. He was working with Steve Harvey with the Hoodie Awards show out there, and he was standing at the another podium, but he was at the DJ. I don't know if he was assistant DJ or whatever, but just saw him through the years, and he was one of the ones that I knew. I was like, he's definitely going to be a star, and he is today.
Yeah,
he is today.
That's dope. It's cool kind of see, like, throughout your life, you see, like, say, regular people see them, and these are celebrities. They're scrolling through their phone, they're on it all day, and these are people you can reach out and contact. Is that kind of weird for you?
No, because when you meet them, like we meet them on the other side. Mike Epps, Cedric The Entertainer, Lil Duval, and the list goes on and on and on. I mean, all of them, they're regular people. Nephew Tommy, I mean, one of the down-to-earth people. I mean, just... So they're regular people. They're very talented. They have a talent, and so. But on the other side, no, they're really good people.
I like it. I like it. You guys have both overcome big obstacles in life to still be up here uplifting people. What event in your life have you experienced through all the community work you have done? Change your mindset as far as like, this is very uplifting. I want to continue to uplift it. Was there a moment in your life that sparked it to keep increasing? Because, like, doubt do set in. You're on a journey for so long, you can be like, man, this ain't working. Even through, like you said, God sending these blessings to you, sometimes we still be like, man, this ain't working. Maybe I should quit. What moment made you like, nah, this is for me and this is where I'm going to be?
Yeah, there's 2 times for me. We started out comedy at 4505. Those 2 years, oh my goodness, it was rough. It was rough. We couldn't get anybody in. They didn't know us, our name, whatever. And so COVID hit, and we had the largest space. Because we had the largest space, we were able to stay open because we met the demand of distancing. So because we had 15,000 square feet, then we can meet the demand. So we did, and that year we had everybody. Bruce, like I said, Monique, DL Hugley, another one, down to earth brother. I mean, everybody. Lil Duval. I mean, we had them all.
They all came, and I mean, that was your year,
through.
like you
that
said. That was your year right there.
Yeah. And then this year coming in with now purchasing, because the other building was a lease. This one, I have a mortgage. And so, and I told you early on, like, some of the challenges, and then, it's just a matter of, getting the system and getting everybody back down, and people are habitual. So we were at 4505. People don't realize that when you change locations, and it is difficult to get people to change, even though we are doing the same thing. It is difficult. So, but we're working on that and making our changes, and
I like that. Was there a moment for you where you was like, nah, this is exactly where I need, because you spent 15 years of entrepreneurship. So, you know, at any time you could have been like, this ain't working.
Yeah.
So, like, what was your moment be like, nah, this is exactly where I need to be. God showed me multiple times. You don't need to show me no more. I'm right here.
Well, I think the thing that maybe kicked me in to drive a little harder and or drive a little longer, I tore my ACL, my MCL, and my meniscus.
Ooh, I feel your
junior year in
pain.
college. I was the number 16 ranked defensive back in the nation. I was looking to pursue my NFL dreams before anything else. The grit that it took for me to come from that energy to get back on the field to try to do it again, it was a lot.
I bet it was.
You know, and especially in the back of your mind when you're thinking like, man, I was this close to $1 million contract and I just got it wiped away from me. Yeah. I was looking forward to having one of the best seasons of my life, and that was actually a week before the first game of the season that it happened in practice.
No, not in practice.
In practice.
Oh, man.
So that, and all my life I really had to push myself. I was never the top. I always had to work to get to the top.
Yeah.
So I've always had that instilled in me in general. But after that, I came back home. Me and my guys, In Your Face Entertainment. That's Enrique Steele, Smiley, Dino,
I like that.
Sean P, DG, Reggie Mathis, and we had a lot of guys behind the scenes as well, helping us do what we were doing.
Yeah.
But we came together collectively as a team. We started with the entertainment business. Actually, I just bought J-Dog down. It was crazy to have him come back down at the end of the year.
Yeah.
That was actually our first one of our first shows that we did, J-Dog. And that was a long, I can't even count the years. But we did that show. Then we did the we bought the. I'm not sure if everybody's familiar with them now, but back then it was called a group called the Twerk Team.
The Twerk Team?
Yeah. So that was one of our first events. It was huge. It was big. I was actually still transitioning back and forth to college, and after I took that fall with my knee injury, I ended up coming back, finished out my senior year. Made it to the All-Star game, played in the All-Star game. I was still a little bit limpish there because I nicked my knee again. But as I was walking off the field after that game, by the way, my team had won. I had played a childhood teammate of mine, Brandon Joyner. We had beat them on the field. But as I was walking back in the tunnel, it's like everything set in. I was thinking to myself like, man, I did everything that I wanted to do.
Yeah.
I do want to go to the NFL, but I felt content. I felt like a weight was lifted off my shoulder. And I had coaches coming to me after the game, hey, man, you're great. We're going to be in touch with you, this, that, and the other. Okay, cool. Prior to my pro day, nicked my knee again. Couldn't run at my pro day. Couldn't perform for any colleges. So that kind of set me out and rubbed me the wrong way. So once I got back to Killeen, like, and everything that my community was going through at the time, I had lost a lot of childhood friends at the time. It really pushed me and my group of friends a little bit more. We was all a very close-knit group. And we, by any means necessary, we was out there promoting, making things happen, putting things together. Dropped a mixtape. After that mixtape, we ain't dropped no more mixtapes.
He was like,
but we was strictly focused on the entertainment side of things, bringing events to the community. It was a fun time. It was a fun time to be with the guys and really creating something for the city to be proud of. So that just drove us, and we ended up getting a contract offer with Club Taboo, and we spent 4 to 5 years there.
And mention some of the names you brought.
I see.
Going all the way around.
See.
Mention some of the names that you
so
brought.
So we brought down acts like Young Jeezy.
Okay, see, they need to hear that.
Young Jeezy, Dej Loaf, Rich Homie Quan, Lil Boosie, Webby, and Lucci, Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B.
Stallion in the building. Cardi B in the building. Oh, you holding out.
Yeah,
Right.
You was holding all the way out. I'm about to get you.
It's
You
a
was
long,
holding all the way out.
it's a long list of artists.
They did a
But
lot.
yeah, we did a lot. We kept something for the community to do every weekend. It was safe. We provided a great platform for a lot of people to kind of maneuver into the entertainment world as well. Whereas they can actually pursue their dreams in that. So it's and the list of artists, man, it's so long that I can't, that's just a few. But I've worked with a lot of different artists, not just in the event world, but also music, behind the scenes, producing. I have artists in Little Rock, California, Georgia, Florida, New York, Louisiana. I mean, that list kind of goes on as well. But
all over.
I
like it.
Yeah. One, being in college kind of opened up some doors for some connections. Of course, working with all the artists that we've worked with opened the doors to a lot of connections. And then behind the scenes, I made a lot of connections there as well. So I mean, it's just been a journey for me as well. But I wouldn't say anything made me want to ever quit.
Yeah.
I think everything really drove me to go harder.
Ooh, I like how you put that.
So any negative that I had, I never wanted to quit. I just wanted to go harder.
And you got to.
It takes a lot for me to quit. If I quit doing anything, then that means I got something else lined up.
So you just like, I'm not quitting. I'm just realigning myself. So, I like that. I like that. You both have definitely faced a lot. And, not looking at you guys, like you say, you wouldn't even know you even faced half of that. And building such a positive outlook on the community is not always easy, because you do have negativity that sometimes overpower positivity, but in the long run, positivity do win. You guys have seen so many talents come through, not only just at the Comedy Lounge, but in artists and just people in general. So with the amount of celebrities that you guys have encountered and performances that you have counted, if there are any specific performance that really stood out to you that has touched you in any type of way?
For me, I'm just going to say all of them. It wasn't just one.
Wasn't just one? Okay.
It was collective, because we're experiencing, we're learning, so you never stop. So you can't, I wouldn't say I could pinpoint now that I learned different things from different people. Yes, but it was always a continuation of learning. And we're journeying, all of us are journeying together. So when you come together, you're going to have an experience. Yeah. So I just took all of those things and I just kept them with me. Yeah, good and bad. I like
that, good and bad. What about you?
It's too many for me to pinpoint one.
I know. We went through like 12 of the list, but that's what even all of it. It wasn't even all of it.
Really, I'd say, man, I'd have to say all of them too, even the bads. It's some artists that you may see every day. It's some wealthy people that you may see every day. Some people that are in the news every day that just want to be normal, just want to be average sometimes. True. And when you have that on your back, and I wouldn't say all of them, because some of them like, nah, I want to be normal.
That's not it. That's not it.
But you'll never know what somebody's going through and the struggle that they're going through. So some people that I've had the opportunity to meet and work with, knowing that their story is not perfect either.
Right. True.
Knowing that they going through something, they need my help just as much as I needed them. It's kind of tripped me out to the sense where sometimes I even get calls that I'm like, hey, like you calling me or you mentioning my name? Yeah. I'm Joe Brown from Killeen. I didn't did a lot here, but there's a lot of people that do trust my decisions, my knowledge and stuff like that. That'll give me a call and just ask questions to see if I can, help them out in certain areas and with certain things. In return, they return favors. Yeah. And that's been big. So I mean, every last event has taught me something or shown me something, because I meet different people all the time, and their stories are not always the same.
It's not always the same.
And now it helps me to kind of look at where I'm at now compared to when I started. You know, because sometimes you can just keep walking, and I kind of feel the pressures of that more and more as I kind of grow.
Yeah.
Because sometimes people put all of my my different talents and different experiences, accolades, and I'm the jack of all trades.
Yeah.
So you gonna see me managing, you're gonna see me working, you're gonna see me filming,
whatever it takes.
taking photos. You're gonna see me in a mix. If we at the lounge and somebody need a drink, I will go and get you a drink.
Yeah,
you know, I will.
Yeah.
I've always been a person to help. So that's kind of what pushed me to this here. Because even when we started out with In Your Face Entertainment, what my eyes was on is how we're gonna make this successful. If we didn't have it, I'm finna learn how to do it, and we're gonna get it done.
Yeah.
You know, or we all gonna collectively learn something, and we're gonna bring it to the table. So yeah, man. I mean, it's
that sparked a thought too when you were saying, like, when we first started. I do remember Lavelle Crawford. He was one of the ones that was gracious enough to say, you know, I don't want anything. I'm gonna just come down. You guys pay me. Jess Hilarious, Desi Banks, Bruce, DL Hugley. I mean, like I said, real cool guy on that side as far as finances. You know, straight. Nephew Tommy. You know, Cedric The Entertainer, Mike Epps, all of them. So they understood, you know, the agenda. We're one of very few, because we're black owned. I don't like to say it, but we're one of few that are here in the country, and they understand the agenda, and they know, you know, how things run and how things are. So they have really been gracious enough to help us. And when you ask, that spreads very quickly. Comedy world is a very small community, so they know who's who and what's what, and they know what's needed, and then they just reach out and make that happen. So that's how we're able to get, you know, a lot of the people.
It's real fire. You know,
Networking.
that networking is important, because network is needed in anything you do. Business, music is needed, you know. And a lot of people try to stray away from the networking because you have to connect with people.
Right.
But how can you get to that level?
Just be genuine.
You don't talk to nobody.
Yeah, and you gotta be genuine and understand.
Definitely.
And understand communication.
Yeah.
You know? Sometimes I don't know that there's a time where I was ever really starstruck. I've always kind of been composed. Maybe it's because I've been like playing football. I was pretty popular.
Yeah, I mean, you was up there. You know, you was up there.
Yeah, so and I've been meeting people my whole life. So it's never been like really a star-studded. Like, man, I can't believe it.
Y'all ain't seen nobody fan out, have y'all? They just you ain't seen nobody fan out, have you yet?
Yeah.
Y'all have? Y'all seen people fan out?
No, fan out.
No. At the lounge, is anybody fan out over nobody yet?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I understand.
You know,
what
Michael
you're
Jackson
saying
used to
now.
make people pass out.
We've had people who have, actually, when Mike Epps came, we had a lady that she was obsessed. And she worked her way. I don't know how she had to be a Houdini. I don't know how she did it. But she was able to get in the room with him.
Oh, my God.
I mean, so we've had people, you know, where we were like, oh, my God, there are people that exist like, I don't think grown people exist like that. But no, there are
It's
real
like,
people.
wait, this happens for real?
Yeah, this happens for real. Like, I mean, starstruck, you know, so, yeah.
I have a story about the Migos that
I want to know.
No,
I want to know.
I shouldn't even say
You
it.
shouldn't have, but now you got to tell. But before we go toward the end, I ain't wrapping it up until you tell me.
Man, nah, I'm gonna keep that.
Okay, you ain't embarrassing him, are you? No. See, now we want to know. You got to put it out there. Now you got to put it out there.
I mean, some of it may be, but
For them or for the person that passed out?
no, I'm sorry. The person didn't pass out. I was just, when she was talking about you know the extents that people go to, and they can work themselves into the rooms, and yeah, I've been into some rooms after they leave.
Like, wait a minute.
It was crazy, but
I like that you both, you know, stay your authentic self. You know, sometimes it can scare somebody else trying to work with you, and then you starstruck. Like, oh, I don't know how to work with that. You know,
and I think that's I've had people who have been around me that have kind of been that way, and it's like I recognize it, I understand it, but I can't always put you in that space. You know, act
Go ahead
a
like
certain
that.
way.
Right,
You
yeah.
know, we all just people, man. We cool.
Yeah, yeah.
We cool.
Ray Davis was another one. He was really down to earth, good brother too. Yeah.
I like that. You guys have had a lot of good people come out to the lounge to really bless it,
Yeah.
and just to see what you guys coming up next is wonderful. So let's talk about some future projects you guys got coming up to the lounge. So maybe some new acts, maybe some new artists that you have never seen before. Maybe you guys got some more comedy that's coming. What's some future things we can expect from the Twice as Funny Comedy Lounge?
This weekend coming up, we have Cool Bubba Ice from out of New Jersey. Following that, it's going to be Coco Brown from the Tyler Perry show. And she definitely has a lot of accolades after that. What else do we have?
We got Ryan Davis coming up.
Ryan Davis, definitely Ryan Davis.
Did I see y'all got Gary Owens coming?
Gary is
Hey.
coming. Another good guy. Yeah, he came. He had 5 shows. We had to end up doing 7 shows with him, sold out. So he's coming in May. Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
Another act in May. What's his name? Gary. We got. Oh, I'm sorry. We already said Gary.
Gary Owens.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
April we have. The April event.
I know we have Back to the 90s tour.
With a lot
Brother
of,
Man,
yeah.
Carl from Martin
Martin.
Lawrence, and Juan on that one. So we have quite a few on that tour. We have the Latin ladies that are coming, tour that's coming.
And one comedian to kind of mention that I think is a great talent, maybe not as popular as the others, Angelia Walker.
Yeah,
Yeah, she's very funny.
Yeah, celebrity. He's very good.
Celebrity's
So we
very
have
funny.
some that they're really good. They're really funny. So it's not all about just the top names.
Yeah.
The
'cause-
comedians that we bring are funny. That's
Yeah.
what we do. We do comedy. So a lot of them, they haven't reached the status as they would say, but as far as funny, they will knock you out of your seats too. Yeah.
They
Delay. I mean, oh my God, he is hilarious.
Yeah,
We have
Delay.
him. He's we're getting ready to book him. So yeah, we have quite a few people that are really hilarious. You just have to check our calendar and then come in. We do a lot of free shows as well. So yeah, just check them out. But yeah, we're bringing the fun.
Last year alone, we gave away more than 3,000 tickets.
Yeah.
Wow.
More than 3,000 tickets. We like to give back.
Right.
And as far as events are concerned, twiceasfunnycomedylounge.com. If you tune in to twiceasfunnycomedylounge.com, you'll never miss any events that we do have coming up. We keep it updated frequently on a day-to-day basis. We add to that schedule on a day-to-day basis as well, which we've already started adding to the calendar for this year. We try to make everything kind of sporadic in terms of surprise. So we do have some other names that we're working on I wouldn't want to mention.
Can't give y'all the spoilers,
Yeah.
you know. We gave them enough, you know.
Yeah.
You know. Now y'all definitely got to tap in.
Yeah, but we do got a lot of things in store for the community. I'm excited about this year. I was excited about last year and the year before that, but every year I just get more and more excited about
The
what we have
momentum
going on.
grows.
Yeah.
Yep. From the comedy to the other ventures that we're looking to present to the community. I'm very excited about this year and what we're going to be doing here at the Twice Funny Comedy Lounge.
I mean, if you ain't think comedy was gonna really be something this year, I mean, Cat set the bar.
He set the
So
bar.
if you didn't
He
think it was
definitely
gonna be a good year
Yeah.
for comedy,
Yeah.
I mean, it is now. You know.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, we just had I think he just mentioned that he's going to be bringing Kevin Hart's ex-wife, Tori Hart.
Oh, here
Yeah, we just had
No,
Hey.
he's going to be bringing them on tour.
on tour. Yeah.
We just had Tori Hart here with Chrisette Michelle.
Mm-hmm.
Which was an event sponsored by Lucy's House Entertainment.
Yeah.
We saw this.
Yeah.
But yes, she was just now here at Twice Funny Comedy Lounge, and I just see that she just hopped on the tour with Kat. So I'm excited to see what that would
That's
do.
gonna be dope. I like it. I
Yeah.
love it. You guys are definitely pillars, and we need that in the community. You know, more people need those examples of not to give up. You know, God is always on your side. A lot of people don't want to say it, but he's always on your side. And there's nothing wrong with saying it. Like you said, they don't care about who think about being cool. It is cool to let them know where your blessings is coming from. And you guys are the example of that. So I thank you guys for coming on to the show.
Thank you for having us.
Always spreading your message. Before we go, I always like a little haha, you know, since you guys like comedy, haha. I'm not a comedian, so don't get me. I am not a comedian. But, you know, on Facebook, I tend to say the craziest things, get people attention. So this is just a question. I'm going to ask you a question and you a question. So, is your Christmas tree still up?
No.
No?
No.
When did you take your Christmas tree down?
I didn't put one up.
Oh, you got me. You know, most people start after Thanksgiving. Them trees been up, so you didn't even put one up.
A little joke there. That was a ha-ha. So we did it. We just put all of our trees. I have a tree, but we put all 4 trees.
Three. Yeah, we got 3.
It was 4.
Four.
It was 4 trees. We put them at the Comedy Lounge.
Oh,
so we did all of our.
dope.
We put the
like
reindeers and the trees and all the lit balls and all of that stuff, and we just made it a spot where people could actually take pictures and everything. So we did it there.
I like that. And if you know, I had a couple guys, you know, and they weren't really fighting each other, but they was at each other, you know, to stir a little pot. So some say they take baths every day. I say that some of them don't take baths every day. I said guys don't take baths every day. And so, do you disagree? Do guys take baths 7 days a week or 6 days a week, 5 days a week?
I mean, I hope
what about you?
I hope they take baths every day. I like to be clean.
So it's a 7 out of 7 for you.
Yeah. And some people use the same cloths for 2 days. I got to use a different cloth every day.
Yeah.
Like, I don't, like,
Oh, I got you. I like it. He said, oh, well, no, that was them. Right. Okay, I know. So people want to follow you guys on social media. Where can they come and follow you on social media for the Twice as Funny Comedy Lounge? Where can they come find you at?
Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. We have a YouTube. We're going to be starting up a new broadcast featuring Miss Sharon called Twice as Funny Tuesdays, where we'll be actually opening up the doors for other entrepreneurs in the community to come and talk about their businesses, you know, kind of promote more with our platform that we do have to communicate the community a little bit more out to the community and the surrounding areas. So we're really excited about getting that started with the Twice as Funny Tuesdays. We have open mic nights every other Wednesday. So if you guys ever want to pop in, if you have talent, we look for it. We've had some talent who's come out to open mic nights and actually win spots to perform for some of our bigger acts that do come out.
I like it.
But yes, as far as social media is concerned, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, we have all the social media handles that you could think of. Twice as Funny Comedy Lounge. Just
Twice
like it sounds.
as Funny Comedy Lounge. And if y'all ain't got the laugh you want, it's twice as funny. So you get a ha-ha. Go down there, get you some ha-has, or get you some fun, get you some laughter, and, you know, spread more love and positivity. You never know who you go run into. All right? You never know. So
that's the key.
You got to leap out there. All 2024, we manifesting our true reality. Yes. We're going to go out there and get it. And again, thank you guys for coming on. It means so much to share your story. And we definitely got to keep tapping in with each other, you know. It means a lot to see who's the face behind Twice as Funny Comedy Lounge. You know, I swear, I was just being embarrassed. Like, what are y'all talking about? Then I was seeing, I was like, yeah, this funny, but who is it? But to see a black woman behind it like literally takes the motivation to hear from me. Thank you. And thank you for being the guru of marketing that you are, because it gives me a little hope too, because I finished my master's in marketing. Okay. And the thing for me, I knew nothing about it. I did my undergrad in something totally different. In healthcare, and when I decided to do my master's, I wanted to do it in media marketing, and I was like, nah, man, I have no experience. I've been scared. My mom to this day say, I'm surprised you ain't caught nothing on fire, because I'm that person. So, you know, now I have someone that I can look up to that's looks like me as far as color, that I can be more proud of myself to be like, yeah, I can do that too, because if he can do it, I can do it.
Right.
And I hear you say 15 years. I'm nowhere near that, and you saying 32 years, and we're nowhere near that. So if you are an entrepreneur and you're an artist and you listen to the sound of my voice, look, keep going. And they putting years behind their work, and then you seeing it go into fruition. And you're talking about only 2 years and you're tired? No. Yesterday you started and you ready to give up? No. 32 years, 15 years, and then start seeing if you ready to give up. Because that's the only time we talking, We want to talk that long game. So we appreciate everybody tapping in. Make sure you guys stay tapped in with us. Go follow them on their social media. Stay tapped in with Twice as Funny Comedy Lounge. Before we get off, I've got to get y'all to shout out to our team, because there's way more than just you two that sit here that pulls the whole thing together. So shout out some people that's really be out there with you guys, hand and foot working with y'all.
Portia, she does a great job at being there for
Shout
us
out
every day.
Portia. Thank God for Portia. Her team and her family.
Yep. Our whole staff at Twice as Funny Comedy Lounge is way too many people to name, but all the employees that we have there every weekend, and which some are growing in experience as well. But they do a great job at being there with us and for us. Jerome Thomas, he's our house host.
Hey, shout out.
Very, very funny, Jerome Thomas. He just retired last year, so this year hopefully we can kick him into the comedy world a little bit more.
A little bit more.
There.
We have Daryl Walker. He helps us, he helps us to bring in comedians,
booking artists
and stuff like that.
Shout out. I like that.
And
my daughter Sherelle,
my
can't
wife,
miss Sherelle, because she the one with the food. You just told me she was the one with the food,
the drinks, and Corinne, she does a great job bartending as well. Sade and David, they also come in and assist and help us as well.
Which I did.
A great team.
I would have said my wife first. I just didn't want to sound biased.
You gotta be. You have to be biased at all times.
She's like, oh, you ain't. No. My wife does a great job, and then not just behind the scenes, but also allowing me to put in the work that I have to, because it is a lot of sacrifice and time and stuff like that. That I have to put in to really make things work with the media and the marketing, whether it's putting together videos and managing the social media accounts, booking artists, being on the phone. Not only that, I sell cars. So I'm going 12 hours a day. And then still have to put in the work after hours to make sure that we're staying up to par in the marketing and the media that we have. So.
Yeah, he does a lot.
And and that too, you just say, I got a job still after all this. On top of this job, on my entrepreneurship side, I got a 9-to-5 business side. So for people that say I don't need a 9-to-5, you do. If you're blessed enough to have a 9-to-5, you should have a 9-to-5 to push you off. Because I wasn't blessed to have one. But if you are blessed to have one, I feel like God put that there for you to use it as a tool. And I like that you said, I still work,
exactly.
It's so many people that come through and be like, I quit my job. Why? Why? That's making things harder.
You got to think of it like this. Like, if, I don't want to say how much, if I'm making $80K a year and then I have opportunity to add to that, why would I drop that $80K a year?
Right.
Why wouldn't I just add another $80K to what I got, going on? So if you can work it, if you can manage your time, every day that I get up, people might think I'm crazy because I'm always in my phone. I'm always on the phone. I'm always talking business. I'm always making deals happen. Even like, cause being a car salesman, it's really still an independent business. So
it is.
So I take care of my own, so to speak. It's still my own business, and I'm from Killeen, so I get a lot of my own customers as well when I'm doing that, and even investing. Investing that's being up at 5 o'clock in the morning and seeing what it is there to invest in. But there's many ways to make money, and if you can stretch your money a little bit longer, if you want that house, you got to go and get it.
Gotta go get it.
And if you if you want that car, you got to go and get it. You got to put in the time. You got to put in the work.
Yeah.
And if that means that you got to spend 12 hours here and 12 hours there, that's 24 hours. You ain't gonna get no sleep. Then do it. But that's if that's your passion. If that's what you really want. When you really want something, it doesn't matter what somebody thinks about it. You know, because what somebody's niche would probably be is, I can't be this because I'm that.
Yeah.
No, I've been in the entertainment world for 15 years. Yes, there was a time period where I didn't do no extra at all. But as I get older, it just makes sense to make sure that I'm adding on to my revenue, not just limiting myself to, because I have plenty of talents. I'm great at doing a lot of stuff. So I do that. I do videography, so you might see me shooting music videos. You might see me shooting commercials for businesses. I do photography. I do major marketing for real estate companies and stuff like that. So it's a pull for me, and it does take a lot to kind of get in that mindset. I wouldn't say that the average person would probably do what I do.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. I do a lot.
You're the one that's recording. Do you do the edits too?
I do edits.
Man, I feel for you, because you got to deal with technology. Now you got to deal with the edits, and you got to try to get that in and balance everything else that's going on. You got to stop here, and then we go do this.
Then I still got family. I'm a father, and I spend a lot of time with my kids. As much time as I can. I'm gonna give to them. Have a beautiful daughter. Two great handsome sons. So I try to make sure that I'm one being an example. So I get up every day. I go to work. And I want to show them. I don't want to show them that I'm just getting up and working my own business. I want to show them what I'm doing as a man, and at the same time. Yeah. Because it's not easy. It's not easy to be an adult.
No, it's not.
It's not easy to be a man. It's not.
You can't go back. There's no going back after you.
Yeah. So I get up every day and I show them what it is like for me to go and get it. And they love it because they get everything that they want.
Yeah, of course, right? You get to spoil them, of course. But I love to hearing the love that you have for your family and for your business. You too, Miss Sharon, because that pours into who you guys are as people. Yeah. So I mean, if y'all said, man, I need a story to uplift me, again, if Cat didn't wake y'all up, there you go. Wake up. 2024, we're going to get it, because they're out here and getting it. And they just told you, again, 15 years, 32 years they've been doing this, and they are not stopping. So why do you think you have the opportunity to stop? You don't. You have the opportunity to stop. You have no reason to stop. Yeah. Keep going. Keep pushing. And nobody told you today, tomorrow, yesterday that they love you. I love you. The P.E.G. family love you. Miss Sharon loves you. My boy Joe loves you. And guess what? The Twice as Funny Comedy Lounge love you. So come down, check us out, check them out. Right. Hey, bruh, and go get you some ha-ha. That's Twice as Funny Comedy Lounge. Go get it, and let's get it. Let's go. Yeah. All right, we out. I like it. I love it. Thank you.